All right, so this is what we came up with on the west side for one of the easier ways for passing a knot on the lower through the clutch. So I'm just gonna demonstrate it real quick. So I'm doing this as a single person operator, but you could very easily do this as two operators on two separate anchors. So just like the CMC manual and what we've practiced, we're gonna lower until the knot is about a foot or 2 hand lengths away from the clutch. And at that point, you're going to stop the operation, both clutches, close them. You're going to apply the ASAP onto the rope that has the knot in it. Now what this does is it is going to take us from a twin tension system back to a dedicated main dedicated belay. So then we're going to lower the rope with a knot to create slack in the system, and then reapply the rope with the knot passed. And then put this back into standby mode. At this point, you can take all the slack out of the system and get that knot sucked up next to the clutch. Take all the slack out between the anchor and the ASAP, and then lower back onto the other clutch. The reason why I like this is you eliminate that 4-foot fall factor that you would have on the tie-off method. And this is also a little bit cleaner and simpler than using the set of 4s method that is also described in the CMC manual. So then at this point, we're going to lower. And again, you could do this with 2 operators on 2 separate anchors. Lower on the non-knotted rope until we are back into a twin tension setup. Then we remove the ASAP, let that hang on our anchor, and then we can go back to our normal twin tension operation. You can see how quick that is. It requires very little opening and closing of the device. And then the other thing that's nice is it does institute the shock absorber. So if there is any kind of failure, we're not putting huge loads on our anchor. We're still utilizing that shock pack to limit the forces that our anchor sees if there were to be a failure on this line. This is going to be the reverse operation, passing a knot on the raise using the ASAP in that configuration. But just for clarity and the simplicity, because all we have is a dummy over the edge, we have a single 3-to-1 and then the knot pass on this side. So as we raise, we're going to raise until this knot is basically sucked up right next to the clutch. All right, you ready? Mm-hmm. Up slow. All stop. So at this point, we're going to do just like we did on the lower and kind of go back to a dedicated main dedicated belay. We're going to apply the ASAP just like we normally would. The red line is going to go up slow, about a foot, and that will allow us to pull slack on the blue line and get the knot past the clutch. What's nice about this scenario is I'll still manage the blue line through the ASAP. So again, if there's a failure on the MA, the shock absorber takes the load rather than the anchor. All right, ready? Up slow, about 3 feet. And then all stop. Take all the slack out of the system, and essentially we're back on to twin tension just like that. Take the ASAP off since we're back to twin tension already. And then we continue the raise. Up slow.